Hello students, welcome to online classes of geography of class 11. This is my second class of your chapter number 4, climate. The topics that are listed out for today's discussion are regional variation of climate and climatic controls. Now let us proceed with the first topic, regional variation of the climate. Now before going to the detailed part of this writing, I just want to draw a map. I'm just drawing the southern part of our country, and then only the southern part of our country is there, and the top we will get it's just as if it's there in the northern part. Now I'm just writing some of the values during the particular season. Suppose it is a summer season. Okay, now during the summer season, the temperature recording in the northern part, that is in Jammu and Kashmir, in that part, it is 20 degrees Celsius. It's 20 degrees Celsius. It's a summer season. Northwestern part Rajasthan, it touches 50 degrees Celsius. In northeastern, it is about 30 degrees Celsius. In southern part, it is about 30 degrees Celsius or 28 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. It is a summer season. So we can find out there is a variation in the temperature readings. Now simply if we just take the same thing for the winter nights, if we just take simply for the winter nights for that same, and if we just take the rainfall for the winter nights, Jammu and Kashmir, where the temperature is minus 45 degree Celsius, Jammu and Kashmir. Here in northwestern part of our country, it is 10 degrees Celsius during the night time, and during the daytime it goes about to 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Now next, in southern part of our country, it is still 30 degrees Celsius. This is winter season. If we just take the same thing for the rainfall, in the northeastern part, the rainfall is 400 centimeters annually. In Rajasthan, it is 10 centimeters annually. In central part of our country, it ranges to 100 to 200 centimeters annually. So what does this indicate? The different parts of the country receives different amount of rainfall. There is a variation. So this is termed as regional variation of the climate. Every part of the country does not have same type of temperature condition, neither the rainfall quantity is or the amount is same. So this is termed as regional variation of climate. Now why does this happen? Okay, why does this happen? Now just you can see the that is the picture of a globe is over here. Now due to this spherical surface of the earth, you can see it is the spherical surface of the earth over here. Due to this spherical surface, the sun rays are comparatively have to travel very less distance in this part, and they has to travel more distance in this polar area. Equatorial region, the distance of the sun rays to be covered is very less, and in the polar areas it is more. So what does this indicate? That the places which are located closer by to the equator, there the days and nights are more or less have equal duration. 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night, because the sun rays are vertical over there. But gradually when we move away from the equator, the days and night duration varies from equator to the polar areas. Near the poles, the nights are longer and days are shorter. Near the equator, both are equal. So in between the places which are situated, as it is moving away from the equator, the variation between the day-night duration increases. Okay, so this is the latitudinal factor. So the another diagram you can see, this is equatorial region. This is equatorial region where the sun rays are shortest. This is tropical region where sun rays is comparatively little bit taking time. This is Arctic region and this is polar region. So gradually when it is away from the equator, the distance of the sun rays are more. So duration of the day and night increases. Now next is the altitude. Next is the altitude. Now you just think you are there, now it's due to the lockdown period, everyone was tucked out in their own place. Just in your imagination you think you are there, now you just boarded to Siliguri and you just want to enjoy your vacation or enjoy your little bit of holidays. You spend your holidays, you are moving to Darjeeling Hills. So now you are presently boarded to that Siliguri station. You will just hire one vehicle to just go to the your destination. At this moment, the attire that you are wearing, it's simply that is of cotton attire or that just suits the summer season. Gradually when you are moving towards the Darjeeling Hills, that means the destination which is nearly 7,000 meter high, what is the resultant? You just take out your warm clothes and you start wearing it. Why? What does this indicate? That when height increases, temperature decreases. That means this is the altitudinal factor. Okay, this is the altitudinal factor. With the increase in height, temperature decreases. And why does this happen? Because the that is the atmospheric condition becomes less dense. Why? Have you ever thought that when a mountaineer is there to climb a mountain, why that person carries oxygen cylinder with him? When they are going to reach a certain height, there is lacking of oxygen. So what do you think? That oxygen is a heavier gas which is present near the earth's surface where the altitude is less, and as the height increases, oxygen reduces. That means the density of the atmospheric condition also decreases, and as the density decreases, the temperature holding capacity also decreases. So when the height increases, temperature decreases, and there is a certain rate of decrease of this temperature condition. With every ascent of 165 meter, there is fall of 1 degree Celsius. I am just using my whiteboard to write this part. With every ascent of 165 meter, that means with increase of 165 meter, there is decrease of 1 degree Celsius, and this is termed as normal lapse rate. This is termed as normal lapse rate. So what does this indicate? The places which are situated at a higher altitude, there the temperature condition varies. So if the temperature condition varies, obviously it will give a inverse relationship to the pressure condition. Now just giving one example, on the same latitude of India, one place is Agra and another place is Darjeeling. Both the places are situated on the same latitude, but from the name it is clear they don't have that same type of temperature condition. Agra is having comparatively a warmer climatic condition during the summer and cooler climatic condition during the winter. That means it is there is a variation, but and that is due to the that is the latitudinal extent. But on that same latitude, Darjeeling is also situated, but over there the temperature condition is totally different. Why? Because it is situated at a height of 7,000 meter. So due to its altitudinal aspect, the temperature condition is different, though it is located on that same latitude. So this is related to the altitude factor, second factor. The third factor is pressure and wind system. Now let me just use my whiteboard once again. Pressure and wind system. Now what does this indicate? Pressure and wind system. Now when we are having high temperature, I am using the word when we are having high temperature, this is Indian landmass and this is Indian Ocean. Here it is Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Okay, Bay of Bengal. So what does this indicate? When we are having high temperature, the temperature is high on the Indian landmass, temperature is high on the Indian landmass. What will be the pressure? Pressure is low. Pressure is low. And where the high pressure is there? High pressure is there on the Indian Ocean. So what does this indicate? We all know winds move from high pressure to low pressure. So the resultant, this is also Indian branch of Indian Ocean, this is also branch of Indian Ocean. So winds move from Indian Ocean to Indian landmass. This is the condition when pressure is low on the Indian landmass, that is low pressure, and pressure is high on the Indian Ocean. That means the moisture laden winds are moving towards the Indian landmass. This is one situation. Let us proceed to the next situation. When just the opposite condition takes place, that is the Indian landmass is having high pressure and Indian Ocean is having low pressure. Indian Ocean is having low pressure. So what will be the resultant? The winds coming from the Indian landmass towards the Indian Ocean. The winds are approaching towards the Indian Ocean. So these are dry winds. This is termed as pressure and wind system. As the temperature condition varies, it affects the pressure conditions also. So the winds are moving from high pressure to low pressure, whether it is land to ocean or ocean to land. This is termed as pressure and wind system. Now let us move to the next part. Here you can see the map of India is already given over here. Now the factor is distance from the sea. Now the places which are located near the oceanic surface, that means the coastal areas, this part, continuously they are getting influence of the two breezes. One is land breeze and another one is sea breeze. During the daytime, sea breeze move from sea to sea to land, and during the night time land breeze blows from land to sea. So what is the effect of this? They just maintains the temperature condition, and that is why southern India is having a stable temperature condition ranging from 25 to 30 degrees Celsius, whatever season it is, whether it is summer season, whether it is winter season, whatever the season it is, the temperature condition is same throughout the year, and this is due to the influence of land and sea breezes. Okay, and the places which are situated in the interior parts of the continent, what is the resultant? They are not getting any sort of impact of this land and sea breezes. So the resultant, during the summer season temperature is too extreme, during the winter season also temperature is too low. That means too high during the summer, too low during the winter. So we have already discussed about the two types of climate. The coastal areas are having equable climate, and the interior parts of the country is having extreme type of climate. So distance from the sea or continentality is related to the impact or the influence of the local breezes. So places which are there near the coastal areas, they experience equable climate, and the places which are far away from the coastal areas, they experience extreme type of climatic condition. So the another factor is over. Now next is oceanic currents. Now you can see there are two colors showing over here. One is blue, that is cold oceanic currents, and the red one is warm oceanic currents. There are two types of oceanic currents, warm oceanic currents and cold oceanic currents. Now you can see near our country the red arrows are more. So what does this indicate? Nearby our country the warm oceanic currents prevail. So as a result, what is the temperature conditions of the Indian Ocean? The temperature condition is comparatively warmer, and in the Antarctic region you can see that the cold oceanic currents is there, that is the blue arrows are there. So over there the cold oceanic current prevails. So oceanic currents also influences the temperature conditions of the coastal areas. If the warm oceanic currents are there, the coastal areas will get its impact, and if the cold oceanic currents is there, you can just see this North America part. I am just pointing out over here this North America part, that is the California region. Here you can see some blue arrows. So when it is a blue arrow, that means it is a cold oceanic currents. So the California region is getting the impact of cold oceanic region. But if we see the northeastern America, this region, if we just see this part of America, here you can see the red arrows. That means this part of North America is getting the, that is the coastal edges of this North America is getting the influence of warm oceanic current. So oceanic currents also creates an impact near the coastal areas. What type of oceanic currents is existing in the oceanic bodies? That influences the temperature condition of the nearby land masses. That is related to the oceanic currents. Now the last factor is the relief. Now here you can see the relief is, we are getting a picture of our Himalayan stretch. This is the Himalayan stretch. Now Himalayan mountain is considered as a climate divide or a, that is a mountain barrier or a climate barrier. Now why it is so? Because this is the Tibetan part. This is the Tibetan part, which is the cold desert. It is considered as a cold desert because here the temperature condition is extremely low. So chill winds of this area cannot cross the country. It is being protected by the Himalayan mountain. Similarly, This is the oceanic surface, that is the Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean and Arabian Sea. The winds approaching from the Indian Ocean, they just cannot cross the country, they cannot leave our country because it has been blocked by this Himalayan ranges. Now just think, if there was no barrier of this mountain chain, what would have been the result of this entire country? Our whole country would have been an arid land, deserted land. But it is not so, because the Himalayan mountain acts as a barrier for the moisture laden winds approaching from the Indian Ocean, and it is also protecting the chill winds coming from Central Asia. So this is the last factor that controls the climatic condition. In this way, we have completed all the factors. Number 1 is the latitudinal factor, number 2 is the altitudinal factor, number 3 the pressure and wind system, number 4 is the continentality, that is distance from the sea, number 5 is related to the that is the previous one, it was related to your oceanic currents, and number 6 is the relief factor. So all these factors have been discussed thoroughly with the explanation. I have completed my topic of discussion for today's class. If you are having any doubt, without any hesitation, just mention it in the comment section, and thank you for following my class. Have a nice day.